Welcome back. The time is now 6:44. Let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Hunter Donahoe. A lot going on today.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. We've got the rain, a few rumbles earlier this morning, Megan. That's starting to taper off now, but then we'll head into the evening. That's when we have that severe weather threat.
Yes.
And it's a first one of the season. We have all hazards with this. Damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes, believe it or not. So that's something we'll keep an eye on closely, for sure. You look out there right now in Mason City, and it's pretty foggy out there. We had some rain move through, a decent amount of it too. We have some more rain that is knocking on your doorstep of I-35 here in just a little bit, even some thunderstorms too. You look at radar, and that's where you see all that lightning out towards Kossuth County. That is going to be rolling in here pretty soon. But you can already see it making its way in towards Hancock County. As for the bigger picture here, look at all that lightning. Pretty impressive cells coming in towards our region from the south and west. That heavier rain that we saw just to our south pushing out towards Wisconsin, giving us some runoff issues because our ground is still frozen. We might have a few ponding or standing water problems on our roads for the morning commute, so make sure you are keeping an eye on that closely. This is that first round of precipitation before the center of the low pressure, centered right now over Kansas and Nebraska, makes its way in this afternoon and into this evening. Temperature-wise, in those low to mid-40s for everybody this morning. A very, very warm start to the day. You do not need a heavy winter coat, but you do need the rain gear. We will see a brief lull in precipitation and maybe some sun appearing in North Iowa this afternoon. So that might send our temperatures to the upper 50s to low to maybe mid 60s along Highway 18. If we do get that sun, we will see an increase in instability and maybe an increased threat for severe weather. Right now, though, it's just a possibility for a majority of southeast Minnesota and North Iowa. A more heightened threat in southern portions of Floyd, Chickasaw, and Wenatchee counties. There's an even higher threat to our south that we do not have to worry about because that's where the better ingredients from this storm is. So we'll see this morning batch of rain and rumbles push on out of here by around midday. Maybe a few lingering showers here and there. Eyeing up, though, that sunshine in a few spots that might increase that instability a good bit. Then we head before sunset. Right before it, we might see some isolated discrete cells moving in. This will harbor that tornado threat, just a stray tornado maybe here and there, pretty brief too. But after sunset, that'll taper off, at least that threat, and those cells will become more blobby, they'll become more congealed together. This is where we'll harbor that damaging wind and large hail threat through about midnight before all of this pushes out of here. Lingering showers behind the initial big batch of convection. Then into Saturday morning, we might have a few flakes flying, believe it or not, as those temperatures crash down below freezing. Here's a new interesting thing that we're going to continue to use over the course of the future. The Storm Prediction Center using their new conditional intensity products, the hatching here. This is the potential for 2-inch in diameter size hail, that's an egg, or larger, with that possibility for hail for everybody. But this hatching along and south of I-90, that is where we're eyeing that higher threat for some sizable hail. So upwards of egg size, we're saying, medium threat there for those locations from 5 p.m. this evening to around midnight tonight. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts on the lower end of things, and a stray tornado, yes, is possible. So we'll keep an eye on that too. In addition, some flooding concerns. With all the rain that will be falling, over an inch in many spots, maybe upwards of 2 or 3, and a few locations, especially in North Iowa. Again, the runoff problem. Frozen ground, the water does not soak into the ground. It runs off to the nearest low spot, a river, a creek, or a stream, or a road. So you might have some standing water problems again into this evening and tonight. Here is the next 7 days after that front moves through. Yes, we're cooling down. Well, around 40s, low to mid for Saturday. Some breezy north winds. Sunday, the sun comes back. We spring forward to daylight saving time, and we spring up to the 60s before we start to slowly decrease those temperatures, Megan, back down to the low 40s by the middle part of next week.
All right, so busy day today. Keep an eye on you and Sarah. Like you said, first severe weather. It's hard a little bit to kind of get into that mindset again of, threat of lot of that severe weather that's not like snowstorms.
Yes, we're still in that time of year where
Right.
we could still have a decent snow,
Right.
but it's also starting to
Yeah.
get closer to severe weather season.
Right, exactly. All right, well, thank you for keeping us safe.
You're welcome.
Right, thank you, Hunt.